not really a cuck situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding.
Yeah.
You know, so if you cool with it, then, you know, it is what it is. Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different. Everyone have different levels of, how do I say, mental maturity.
Well, it would be kind of weird for you to find a dude bigger than you. Maybe
like Blueface and Krishan all of a sudden, but we don't have to fight. We just, you know, let the bodyguard homie beat the shit out of her pussy for a little bit, you know?
Hey, yo, my man, I got next.
Huh?
Hey, yo, my man, I got next.
You said you want next?
Nah, I said I have a good time with the best. You the best.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Wait, she commented. Wait, where?
Big 10 months, the biggest munch of them all. LCTOUHCDR.
And if it really is Adam, like, he already said on a podcast that he felt like a little icky inside after realizing the scene had happened, right? To go to, like, one of your quote-unquote friends and be like, hey, your girl should get fucked too, is like an insecurity thing. It's like I know. It's just like a thing of like, oh, I regret my decision. Now I want someone else to make the same decision so I can feel better about myself.
All right, so we back at it. You see what's going on. You seen the clips. Let's just get straight to it, man. So you see Adam is going through it. He's really going through a lot when it comes to this cuckery that he's been on. I thought the tape was already out. You know, he said he made a bunch of money and stuff like that. It must be OnlyFans subscriptions having a spike when they seen that this is coming. But from what the avid porn watchers have told me, like, you know, the shit has not dropped yet. That's what's basically going on. And this is a deluxe rollout. I thought it was going to be over that quick. But I have a few things that we got to address, that we got to look at, that we got to put under a microscope real quick. Because I thought this was just going to be a quick one and done. Bam, your girl gets slayed and it's over. You know, but no, this is dragging. So in the clip, you see that Adam's face pretty much, his eyebrows go up. He shakes his head a little bit. He is shocked. He is surprised. He is caught off guard that the nigga slaying his wife, that a professional porn star who has more skin in the game, more foreskin in the game than Adam, been doing this longer than Adam, been doing this a long time. But he's surprised that this guy has higher standards for his imaginary wife than Adam has for his real wife that he just married. It kind of hit him in that moment like, wow, I'm really fucked up. Now, you could try and paint whatever picture of what he was thinking, and I could be wrong, whatever, but the body language tells it all. He was surprised. It is what it is. So that's one thing. You then have, when he was sitting down with Wack, he tries to say, you know, Kevin Gates, people compare, like when people found out Kevin Gates watches his girl getting fucked on fucking video, when she brings it back to him and shows him, nobody had shit to say about it. But when I get my girl fucked on video, they got some shit to say about it. Now, we could talk about him trying to profit off it or whatever, putting it out to the world, him having a family and kids. We could just do all that, but I'm going to make it simple, man. We just going to blow through Kevin Gates' track record. Kevin Gates normalized eating booty. He brought the conversation to the forefront. You know, Trick Daddy also helped with that, but Kevin Gates is the face of eating ass. Kevin Gates also said he liked getting his mouth peed in. Kevin Gates also said he fucked his cousin. Nothing is topping fucking your cousin. No matter how nasty it get, nothing is topping incest. So with that, when we find out that he's watching fucking footage of his girl getting fucked, that's on brand for Kevin. He's been, bruh, you got to go back and look at the scrutiny he got for the whole eating ass shit. You got to go back and look at that. You got to go back in time. If you wasn't outside, if you didn't, you just got to go back and look at that. Even with the fucking pee in my mouth shit, that was the moment where niggas just threw their hand up like, okay, he doing this for attention. That's what it is. That's how niggas felt. So that's what Kevin's brand is. That's who we look at Kevin as. You new to this cuck shit. We didn't know that this is what you was on. So that's how come everybody got an opinion about it. It's such a big deal. And you just got married. that it's just gonna get looked at like that because you don't have the same brand as Kevin. You don't have the same track record as Kevin. So we'll get that out the way. So that's two things. Now the third thing is when he was sitting down with Lena and he was talking to old boy Mr. McPipes, McDragon, whatever the fuck his name is, BBC man. When he was when he was sitting down with BBC man, one of the things he said, like, oh yeah, we had to find a guy with a long cock, and she's fucking a guy. Whatever he said, he pumped it up however he pumped it up, but then he tried to basically say that he was equal to the guy. And he tried to say it in a way where he gave an alley-oop for Lena to agree that, the guy, he's equal to BBC man. But also we have to look at something else that happened in that interview and also happened in a couple other settings where he basically said that he's not a cuck. And they tried to justify the cuckery and stuff like that, tried to remix it, put a twist on it. We'll discuss that in a moment. But if you look at all of that, it's like what you can see through these actions is two things. You could say three. The first thing is like generalized. He cares about what people thinks. It's flat out. You can see it. He could say he doesn't. It's there. The evidence is there. So that's one thing. The second thing is he's insecure and ashamed about it. It is what it is. And I might have forgot what number 3 was. I think I said I got to say 3 things. So I'm going to just say he's trying to clean it up. We're just going to get that out the way. So with all of that, I'm going to come back to that later. Let's talk about the cuck shit. So we're going to talk about a few different definitions of cuck and cuckold specifically, because that's a short word for cuckold. You look at one definition for cuckold, it says, a guy with an unfaithful wife. You then look at some of the other definitions and it says a guy with a wife who's having an affair. You go to Wikipedia and it says a man with an adulterous wife. What they want you to believe, and what most people think, is that a cuck is the porn definition of a cuck, which is basically a guy who calls the BBB Slayer or the BBC Slayer. He goes and pulls up a motherfucking chair. He gets the motherfucking Orville Redenbacher popcorn and some fucking wine. And he just sits and watches his wife get fucking destroyed by the BBC for our ancestors. Wakanda forever. But that's what people think the cucking is. Sitting down in a chair watching your girl get fucked. Now, definitely it's cuckoldry. It's definitely cuckold, but that's just the porn and kink fetish definition and all that shit. What a cuck actually is a man with an adulterous wife. By definition, that's what it is. By definition, Adam is married. That's his wife. By definition, she is fucking other guys. Adultery. Just period, point blank. You, my friend, are a cuck by definition. I don't even know how that was a hill to die on or something to try and defend. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Now, outside of that, you got Akademiks basically saying on some troll shit, but kind of serious. I know he probably going to push the envelope on this, that he is going to fuck her with house phones since the pussy was like, oh, I don't care about money. Shit, I could do that shit too. Whatever. But also, real funny, you see Cenat basically said, I got next. And then Lena basically said, what do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think? Fam. This chick is married and choosing. She is choosing. She is looking for BBC. Now, before I get into the last part, I'm going to just kick it like this. This is what I think. I think that since he slayed so many bitches, I think his babe pretty much put that out there and said, look, I've been playing a good role. I've been letting you crack all these fire ass white hoes. I've been letting you dig them all out. We even put some Asians on the table. We got Kasumi. We got some fucking Latino. We got Chromas. We done played with your cock and balls, and you done had more threesomes than most men on the planet. You done had more threesomes than most men on the planet. These are actual factuals with some of the baddest porn stars in the game. Like, you know, so it's just going crazy. I done let you go crazy for years. I done even lined up before we was even in the porn star game and you was getting like real porn stars. I was just letting you fuck my friend group. So, and I'm going to have to switch how I'm talking now because we about to get to the BBC shit. So she was probably like, look, I done let you fuck all these people. I just need one. I just need one. And she wants that one BBC. She just wants that one. She just wants to get crammed one time. But now the door is open. Now the door is open. They probably agreed to where like, okay, you know, you're going to do this however much you want to do it. But that's what it is. That's what I think it is. I think really that's the card that she played. Well, you know, the equality card. Well, it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Let's make it not a problem. That's what I think it was. So outside of that, let's get back to the insecurity and all of that stuff. The one thing about this that Adam uses to justify is money. He uses the amount of money that they have made off of these OnlyFans and everything to basically justify, you know, the decision. He's proud of the decision. He's happy with the decision. You've seen the tweets and stuff like that. Those are things that he's probably happy that he got the money and stuff like that. But the money is temporary. And even with him getting the money, his true feelings shine through. Now I'm going to say two things and we're going to wrap this up. The first thing is they have a child. If you know what type of climate we live in, they have the clip of the one chick on Piers Morgan. And they ask her, what are you going to do, you know, when your kid grows up and they getting bullied and shit like that? He could cry in a Ferrari. We are in an era where it's a bunch of regular people getting into this porn shit and they don't see, because I've watched tons of porn star and whore interviews, just all types of prostitutes, strippers, all that shit. I've watched this shit, especially the ones where they're older. I've seen male porn stars talk about how ashamed they were of the lifestyle they were living while they were living it. I've seen chicks talk about how much it's ruined their life. They can't become teachers. They can't get regular jobs. They can't live within society. Shit. I've worked at a call center with a chick who was getting bust down by motherfucking Wesley Pipes and Mr. Marcus and shit. Man, the first, when she came, she wasn't even popping. I don't remember her fucking name, bro. She was not even popping like that. She just had a quick run. But think about that. This happened in like 20 what, like 15, 16, somewhere in that ballpark. She was doing these porns in like 04, 05, 06. And when she got there, somehow niggas knew who she was, and they was like, go look up Miss Star or whatever the fuck her name was, man. We go look up that grainy ass shit. She getting slayed. That shit follows you forever. These kids right now is getting bullied and all types of shit. The porns is getting pulled up. It's getting real ugly for a lot of these kids. It's getting real ugly. That's just what it is, man. It's getting real ugly. Because if you know, these kids out here is ruthless. I'm not making this shit up. It's a bunch of stories about kids being bullied. I mean, So Illuminati talked about one of the kids on his channel getting bullied because of his mom having an OnlyFans. Like, Playback even reacted to it. Like, we're not going that deep. It's so many stories out here of kids getting bullied because their moms is on OnlyFans. And then the mom's not caring. There's so much of that you can actually go and find that's actually real. This is the last thing I'm going to say. When it comes to hoes are destructive. They leave a path of destruction. I could probably go into that another day if you want me to. I don't think this shit gonna last. I hope it do. I wish them the best. I am not wishing no bad on a relationship or nothing like that. But Adam is clearly not okay with this. And we just got to keep it real. Like, men and women are just not equal. The game don't work the same, man. We can't get in the club for free. you know, you gonna get looked at as far as a woman if you out here getting a 15-man gangbang and shit like that. The type of nigga you gotta be to be getting unlimited threesomes, you gotta be some form of a winner. We just gotta keep it 500,000. And you can't take that away from Adam, no matter what cuck shit you try and put on him. But to be a babe getting ran down by 15 niggas at the same time, or even just getting a threesome with 2 dudes, you could be the most loser ass bitch on the planet. You could be my 600 pound life bitch, and you could still pull that off. It's no fucking valor. It's no glory in that. And I'm gonna just leave that there, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.
Yo, what's up? Quick story time. Yo, this one time I get this random message on Twitter. They're like, hey Jason, my wife's a big fan. She wants to shoot a movie with you. What are your movie filming rates? I'm like, yeah, just 4K. He's like, okay, it's fine. We'll give you 10. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there and I shoot the film with the woman. I dropped some severe glizzy destruction on her. And the husband is recording this, right? I'm like, this is weird as shit. I'm like, some people, I never understood it, right? Nonetheless, so I dropped the glizzy on the woman or whatever. So she dropping the go 3,000 and she's saying, hey little man, you like that? He was like, yes, ma'am.